What's up, Millionaires? We back with another installment of the Real Quote of Today. Today's Real Quote of the Day was inspired by my Aunt Pearl. Shout out my Aunt Pearl. Well, I can't say inspired. This is actually her quote. So, well, I guess I am still inspired. But this is her quote. She would always say, don't be ignorant. Learn everything. And she would say this. See, my aunt was into a lot of stuff. She was into politics. She used to work hand in hand with Carolyn Kilpatrick. That's Kwame Kilpatrick's mother. I think this back when she was a councilwoman. They would work hand in hand. And she would also work with R.J. Watkins over at this TV station, and she helped produce content over there with him. And then she had her own gardening where she grew a little weed, and she also grew vegetables. She was real self-sufficient. So when we were little, we would go to a lot of places with her. Like we used to work with Councilwoman Carolyn Kilpatrick. We used to do little errands for her, pass out flyers, to do different events. But anyway, what makes me think about this is we would go to a lot of different places. We would travel a lot with her, and she would always test us about how to get home from these different places. And she would get frustrated with us if we didn't understand how to get home, because she would always say, learn everything. Like, pay attention to your environment. Look at the landmarks. Look at the street signs. Look at the different things that's going on around you. So no matter where you go, you'll never get lost. And that's the same thing in life. You know what I'm saying? No matter where you go, you'll never get lost if you're constantly feeding your brain knowledge. And so that's something that always rang true to me, and always something that stuck with me to the point now where I have this thing where if someone says a word that I never heard before, or mentions an industry or a company, or a market, something new that's going on that I don't know about, I have to learn about it. So I instantly go to Google. Like, Google is like my go-to, because I refuse to be ignorant. I love to learn new things every day. So I wanted to pass that on to you guys to learn something new every day. Don't be ignorant. Learn everything. It's the same thing if you have a company. Like, you can be the CEO, but don't just sit at the top and not understand what's going on the ground floor. And it's funny because I was just talking to one of my business partners, Mo Skis, and he runs a company called Union News. It's something else, Union News, where they basically provide services for union workers. And I called him, he put me on hold, and I can hear him on his other phone, on his business phone, talking real professional and stuff. And when he get off the phone, I crack jokes about him. I say he's talking in his white people voice. Don't take that too serious. I don't literally mean it. But that's just something that we joke and say. He like, yeah, man, I told myself in 2020, man, I'm going to come out the office. I'm going to come off that throne. I'm going to come down on the ground floor, and I'm going to put some more work in, work side by side with my workers. That way, I can keep a feel for what's going on in my company. But also, I'm keeping my workers sharp, because when they see me do it, then they know that they can do it. And everybody wins. At the end of the day, the company wins. And I said, you're right. And that's what I'm saying too. Like, learn everything. Like, you have to know the ins and outs of your business from top to bottom, regardless of what that business is or what industry that's in. You have to understand your entire business. It's the same thing with relationship. It's the same thing in a relationship with your girlfriend or your boyfriend. Learn everything there is to learn about that person, so you know how to navigate that relationship. And same thing with friendships. Same thing, and just in life general. Like, do not be ignorant. Learn everything. If there's things that you can pick up on that can expand your brain, do it. They say we only use a certain percentage of our brain anyway, and most people don't even use that. So, we can only access a certain part. So fill that up. Do what you got to do. Learn everything there is to learn that's in your wheelhouse, so that you can ultimately be the best businessman or the best person or the most well-rounded person that you can possibly be. So, again, don't be ignorant. Learn everything. And this installment of the Real Quote of the Day was sponsored by the fine folks over at Culture Detroit, where fashion, film, art, and music live under one roof. They actually laced me with this new dope camo Parker hat. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's crazy fire. I will zoom in on it, but it's actually an exclusive piece that I'm not even supposed to be rocking. But I know the owner, so I can do that. But anyway, I want to send a special shout out, send some love to my little brother Real Meal, who helped me build this thing. I love you and I miss you, boy. You're always near and dear to my heart. I carry you every day. Every time I go to talk, the only thing I can always say is I love you and I miss you, because that's always at the forefront of my brain. So I love you and I miss you, boy. That'll never change. And I want y'all out there to understand something that he always said to me, which is to always, always, always remember everybody ain't loyal. It's real.